What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are doing good. So, y'all, if there's one thing that I am very pretty passionate about, and I know a good bit about, is mental health. I've always had my own struggles since I was just a little boy. And I had these odd feelings and just these uncomfortable feelings as a kid, and I never really understood what it was. I thought maybe I was weird or something was wrong with me that other people weren't feeling, because I had a hard time describing my feelings as a kid to my parents. I didn't really know how to word it. And, I used to go with them, I'd be like, I would just be upset and could never understand why. But, at 30 years old now, looking back to when I was 5 years old, it was anxiety and depression. And that's why I felt so off and just so weird as a kid. And a lot of times I had these concerns about stuff that, like a 5-year-old shouldn't have concerns about. And people tell you, oh, just don't worry about it or let it go. And, but that they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand mental health, and including people who have mental health issues, that they don't realize, it's still a stigma around it. But, after a while, I finally had enough of it, y'all, when I got older, and I went to the doctor, and I saw a therapist. I'm on medication. I mean, I had to get it under control because it was really, draining me down. It was making me just become like a shell of a person. And, it drained my life. And I've always had a very outgoing personality. But, during my depressive episodes and my bad days, I was useless. I didn't want to get up out of the bed. I didn't feel good physically. I had no energy at all and no motivation, y'all, to do anything. And, you get to where a point you get sick of feeling like that. And, so I finally just said, I've had enough. I'm going to go to the doctor. And, when I finally went to the doctor and got my diagnosis, y'all, I was actually very relieved that what I was feeling and the way I felt had an actual label to it, like a name, and that I was not the only one who had this disorder. And I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I'm type 2. There's also type 1, and I didn't meet the criteria for that. But, there's similarities between the two, but yet bipolar 1 is more intense than bipolar 2. But, and that's how I felt my whole life, y'all, was my mood swings were just off the wall. And it's not like, and I would be moody. Some days I would be a little moody here and there, but my moods more have lasted weeks at a time, sometimes a few months. Like, I would feel so good for like a month. I mean, I just would be up all the time. I didn't need to sleep. I felt good. I had energy. I mean, I was just really killing it. And I was a boss. But all of a sudden, and it's like, y'all, it wasn't like anything gradual and nothing caused it, but it's like I would wake up one morning and that whole month of feeling happy and good was just gone. And I felt the total opposite. Completely drained of life, no energy, no motivation to do anything. Everything that I had worked hard on and worked for during those, that month of feeling wonderful just got pushed on the back burner and just kind of became nothing. Any kind of hobbies and stuff that I started. And, I got sick of that, and I could never figure out what was up. And, also people noticed that about me. They were like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you just so down all the time now? That's not you. But I couldn't explain it. It's something that happened. It was beyond my control. And, also when I was a child, I remember when I talked to family members about this, and, of course they would say you should pray, give your worries to God. And so, that's one thing that I really always kind of kept close to me when I would feel bad like that. It kind of it brought me some relief to believe and trust in a higher power. So, I mean, if you do, definitely consider kind of integrating that into your mental health journey, because it really helped me. So it might help y'all. But anyways, y'all, dealing with bipolar disorder it's not as hard as it used to be, because I really have dug into myself and really kind of organized myself inside, like I've been going to therapy, and I do it regularly. I don't just like go 1 week and then quit, and then, it's very, on point. And also, y'all, and a lot of people are not, are against this. And I think a lot of people don't quite understand it. They're afraid of it. But every day for years now, I have taken, medication from a psychiatrist. I've been on antidepressants, I've been on mood stabilizers, I've been on antipsychotics. What I take now is I take an antidepressant and I take a mood stabilizer. And that right there has helped me tremendously to feel better. It's like now I understand what it feels like, I guess, to be normal a little bit and not have, I don't know, it feels like I don't have the problems a lot that I used to. Yes, they're still there. I mean, you're going to struggle. If you have a mental illness, clinically diagnosed, you're going to have struggles with it probably for the rest of your life. But I've noticed with medication, with therapy and with kind of some spiritual guidance, it really, you can get it under control and not let it eat you alive. And, there's people out there, y'all, there's so many people, especially in the gay community. I feel like mental health is absolutely it's a big thing that needs to be talked about in the gay community, especially among gay men. Myself included, I had plenty of them, but a lot of my friends and in my previous relationships, I've noticed that mental health issues they're very prevalent among gay men. And, I don't know why. I don't know if it's, something to do with their brain or if it's trauma from their past. I don't know. And, one reason, though, I do think a lot of gay men struggle with their mental health is, some of us have been treated terribly. I mean, there's no denying that. And when you're treated so terribly, eventually, you internalize all that, and that causes problems. And then, it's a downhill spiral from there. So, I know a lot of y'all probably had a lot of past trauma, and, I really do. I feel for you because I do, myself included. Whenever, I was younger, my family did not like the fact that I was gay, and I internalized that, and it really exacerbated all of my mental health problems. It really put the cherry on top. So that, definitely plays a big part in it. But, the thing about mental health, y'all, is that we have the tools and we have the knowledge nowadays that we know that it is a real illness. It's like having a mental illness is a disease of the brain. Your brain is an organ of your body, and people look at taking medication as if, that stuff's bad for you. It's just gonna make you worse. But if you think about it this way, someone who has, let's say, heart disease, okay, the heart is an organ just like the brain. Okay, you go to a doctor to get medication for your heart disease, so that way you live a healthy life and you feel better. Okay, it's like saying, you shouldn't take your heart disease medicine because it's bad for you, or, act like it's some like taboo subject. That's just crazy. This is no different. And I know plenty of people, y'all, who they absolutely just hate the fact of taking psychiatric medication. And the thing about medication is most of the time, y'all, you're not going to get it right. You're not going to, hit it right on the first medication. Normally, it takes several tries of different medication to work for your body. It took several for me. And then finally, I just never gave up, though. So don't give up. And then finally, y'all, when I got the right medication, it was like, wow. It saved my life a lot, because, you get to a point with mental health that, it's easy to feel like you don't want to be here anymore. It's easy to kind of, idealize what it would be like for you to take yourself out of this world. And, that's, when it reaches that level, that's some serious shit right there. It reached that level with me, and I finally kind of just, one day, it's just like I kind of snapped out of it long enough to say, hey, I have got to do something about this. So, y'all, I absolutely highly, highly, highly recommend. I know a lot of people don't have health insurance. I was always blessed enough to have it, but, find some way to relieve yourself, of what you're feeling up here, you know, in a healthy way. Don't turn to substances, don't turn to sex, don't turn to relying on other people to make you happy and to heal you. You know, take the step for yourself, take a step forward and reach out to a professional and reach out to a loved one. You know, make sure that you're open and you're honest, and you don't just, you don't kind of hold stuff in and lie, because it can be very easy to do that, because having a mental health problem is kind of embarrassing. It was for me, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about, but I understand people who are. So guys, speak up, speak the truth, and I promise things will get better for you if you really put the effort into it. And I absolutely applaud anyone who is brave enough to make that step and to really go to the next level and take control of their life. So guys, I wish y'all all the best. I appreciate y'all watching this video and just watching my channel in general. You guys are awesome. So I'll be back probably in a day or two with another video. You guys take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.